Hi everybody, this is Jason with the Knife Connection. I wanted to do a little deeper dive on the Great Eastern Cutlery knives that we're going to be dropping today. So in the past we have already dropped the Northfield UNX LD versions of the Stingray. The Gabon Ebony is a new color that we're dropping this week, but we also are going to have the Great Eastern Cutlery Steel Guard versions. So these numbers are going to be the H10125s. We were able to get in the Jigged Orange Micarta, this guy here, and then we got in as well as the Antique Yellow Jigged Bone. So I wanted to kind of talk through and give a little bit more than what you guys want to see on social media. So the steel guards have a 3.5-inch blade in the 1095 steel. They have the markings on this are carbon H10125, and on the other side is the Great Eastern Cutlery name as their address, and as well as they have their logo lasered in on it. Now this come in between 7 to 7.1 inches overall length from here to here, and they are going to weigh at 2.5 ounces. So they're actually really light. They are big enough that I can actually get a good 4-finger grip around it. And what I really like is that it has this this finger notch here, so you can really use it to whittle, protect your hands, things like that. It gives you good grip while you're using it out in the field. So the orange handle here is 0.5 inches thick, and the yellow on the antique jig bone is only 0.4 inches. So this is a little bit thinner of a handle compared to the orange. They are both have a 0.09-inch blade. So I don't know if you can see a little there on that. And then the the sheath here I think is really cool because it has leaves and acorns actually stitched into it. It's a dangler style, and then they have their Great Eastern name stitched into it. So you can kind of see the light there, the dangler version, and then so you can see the acorns, and then this will actually pop off, so you can slide your knife down into it, and then it comes across and over, so then it actually locks in your knife when you guys are carrying it. So unfortunately I'm behind the table where I would slap this on and be like, yeah, look what I can do. That's my humor coming out there. So we talked about this, the antique yellow jig bone. A little close up here, so you got the laser engraving as well. The handle's a little bit thinner, which is actually interesting. When I talked to Great Eastern, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but the bone actually is dyed. So when they do that, the coloring comes from how deep the dye actually penetrates into the bone. And so which is interesting about it, as it is wearing over use and time, the knife coloring and look will actually change because the dye becomes lighter as the bone is worn down. So it's kind of a really cool attribute that I found when talking to them about just trying to learn more and things like that, so I can sit here and talk to you guys. So you have some nice bolsterings in the center here, and then those are all, looks like they're like a steel or a stainless steel, probably the 1095 carbon that they're using. And then again, it's a 0.09 thickness on the blade. I'll put it there for you. Again, that comes with a brown leather sheath. Unlike the Stingrays, these did not come with any badges. So like the Gabon Ebony here, for instance, comes with a black badge this time, whereas the red Licorice came with a red badge. So on the red, so this is a red Licorice jig bone. This one, both models actually are a 0.45-inch thick handle blade here, but they also have a 0.09-inch thick blade, just like we talked about on the steel guards. They are a little bit heavier, so these are sitting at 3.5 ounces. You can feel that again. These are about the same overall length, so they're about 7 to 7.1 inches, but the blade size is thinner, so or it's not thinner, but shorter. So you can see here we have a 3.5-inch versus a 2.5-inch blade. And then you can actually feel the difference, but again, the handle size are about the same. So I can get that 4-finger grip on it that I personally like. And then the Gabon Ebony came in, and we have this one. So I do like that it comes with this kind of working lanyard. You can see a good up close there. Again, you have the Northfield UNX LD lasered engraved right there. Let's see if I can get it. There you go. And then the sheath on that is a inside the pocket one. Fits in right now, and it's pretty snug. I mean, I can't turn it around or shake it out, so it's nice. And again, it'll be worn down with time and make it look even better than what it is today. So I wanted to take a time, share some up and close with these. If you guys want to see anything further, feel free to comment on this video, or you could also email us at support@thenifeconnection.com. We do have, typically we are having weekly drops. I will try to start doing some more of these videos so that you guys can have a chance to look at them before the drop. The drops are always very limited in the amount that we get. I think that's with all the suppliers. And so drops can go very quickly depending on the desirability of the knife itself or the material that it's using. So if you're new to this, they are very sought after. But if you're not, if you've already been in the game for a long time, hopefully you guys can snag one today to add to your guys' collection. So feel free to, like I said, reach out to us. But as always, stay safe, stay sharp, and check us out at thenifeconnection.com.